That's literally one of my questions that I wanted to ask you. So BSI, we can see the logo on the T if you're watching on YouTube.
Yeah, there you go.
The BSI logo.
Got a uniform.
What is BSI and how was it formed? And how did it start? Like, I'd love for you to unpack that a little bit because I also have no clue what this is.
No, I know, right? So 7 years ago, I think 7 years ago, I was approached last minute about building Taxco, and I'd never been to Mexico before. I'd never built. I'd done a little bit of building for some urban races. I'd done a little bit. Obviously, I'd done a lot of building tracks, but I was approached and I was bright-eyed and bushy-tailed at the time. Like I had no idea, but I was aware that I couldn't do it by any means on my own, and I needed. But I got straight in touch with Christian. Christian just is like the most practical mind. He makes things happen. He's unflappable. We've built loads of stuff before, and I just knew he was like the man for the job. And I said, do you want to go 50-50 on this? I think we're going to need a team of 4. I mean, dude, honestly, at that point, I hadn't even really... I'd just seen pictures of Taxco. You know, like street racing wasn't like live. It wasn't like... You didn't get to see much video. You got to see GoPro footage. Yeah. But I think probably at that point in my life, I was maybe a little bit more... a little bit more cocksure, maybe. And I was just like, give it here. I'll give it a go. I mean...
How much?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. So me, Christian, and at the time it was Duncan Ferris and Liam went out to Taxco.
Right.
Having never been to Mexico before, we went out to Taxco, which is really deep in Guerrero State. And we had the best time. It was a huge amount of work. We didn't have enough days. We were completely inexperienced. The track fell apart in places. We didn't know. Christian had just come up with an idea which we still use to this day, how to make dirt landings, because Taxco is different to Guanajuato in that there's a free ride event at the same time. So you have to have dirt landings for people to do big tricks.
Okay.
So if you just pile dirt, it doesn't work like that. Every dirt landing you see that's square edged is taking a long time to make it like that. We don't have time we don't have. So Christian came up with this idea for the landings, and it's a great idea. We still use it now, but we didn't quite have it dialed at the time. So during the event, the landings are falling apart, and you've got tons of dirt pushing out on these ply, and it's all going in holes, and it's fucking up. But we just about scraped through our first street race, and from there on, we were like, we can actually do this, and we can do this really well. Like, and it's kind of unique what we offer, because at the time, actually, and still to this day, they don't test features in street races. We're the only we're the only crew that test, and it's a big part of why companies want to use us, because you know, every street race you see, they might have built a feature and then no one will ride it, or everyone will kick off.
Qualifying is like the first practice.
It's such limited practice that it's really important that the features work. In my opinion, if I was turning up to race at one of these things, I'd want to know that it's all done. And so we offer, well, obviously what we offer is the most niche thing ever, but we're now seven years in, and we've done Taxco, Medellin, Puerto Vallarta, and now Guanajuato, and we've now actually weirdly got loads of experience in this fucking bizarre, weird niche. So
that's heaps cool. What's BSI stand for?
Barnstormers International.
Of course it does, Of course it does. Of course that's what it is,
Dude, as with anything, it all starts as a joke, right? What are we doing? We're sat here talking. It wasn't really planned out. So when we first got approached, I honestly just thought, like I got asked, and I was like, fuck, they're not going to fucking take us seriously unless we have a company, so let's just fucking, you know, we're BSI.
Throw a name on it.
Stick London on the end, it sounds fancy. We're dealing with Mexican businessmen, like, BSI London, it's good. Barnstormer is like a good event. That's what you call it. It was an absolute barnstormer.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, so that's how BSI was born many moons ago. Now, So
is the team now like, this is it? This is the core team? Does it change? Do you bring in different people to BSI? Do you have contractors or anything?
I mean, certainly for every single one, it's been like Christian, Liam, and myself, I think. And then John worked in Medellin when Duncan Ferris couldn't make it. Duncan Ferris is obviously heading up building at Bike Park Wales.
Yeah.
And people can't just drop things at, they can't just drop like 10 days all of a sudden to come out to Mexico and work in the streets. Yeah. So it's good to have people coming in and out, and hopefully we'll do more with Dunk, hopefully we'll do more with John. But yeah, hopefully we'll do more full stop, because as weird as it sounds, it's been the hardest work, but it's been so great. It's been so good. As far as trips go, it's kind of got that Rampage feel, in that you're just out here. Like a shared goal is something that really brings... I don't know if you know what I mean. It really brings people together, and it really makes you like...
Of course it does, yeah. I mean, for me, again, I've not really done many projects like that, but it almost feels like the team sport effect.
Yeah.
When you're on a team and you're all working towards this goal, like whether it's to win a game or a championship or even just training, and you're just trying to achieve that same thing as just getting better.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like that, man. I actually do thrive in that environment. Did you enjoy this clip? If so, please like and subscribe. The full episode is available by hitting one of the links on the screen right now, or type the Ride Companion into your favourite podcast app. We've even put links in the show description for you. Cheers!